So I've been doing some fragging. I counted 260 frags today. That's not including any of my parent colonies. I mean, there's so many zoanthids, acroporas, different variations of montipores, pocillopores, and birds' nests. Look at the flow in there. So there's two Ecotech MP40 quiet drive pumps. I want to say those are at 40 or 50% right now. And then I've got a newer Aqua Illuminations gyre pump sitting up there, and that's, I want to say, 100% running. And then I've got my one return pump, which is a Ecotech Vectra L2, so the biggest vector pump they have, and it's literally making little whirlpools. There's so much water moving around in there. And then there's my sump down there. It's a little dark. My Regal octopus skimmer, the 250 model. That thing is just a beast. Sitting in a little tub inside of a stock tank with a bulkhead. You can see that bulkhead is flushing water out onto a media bag filled with Phosguard. So trying to remove my phosphates, get my phosphates down a little bit. And I got the Gen 5 XR30 Ecotech Pros LEDs up there lighting this tank. Those are at 100%, mostly on an AB plus spectrum. And then we go over here. My nightmare of wires going everywhere. I started to clean this up. I had a couple of Ecotech Versa dosing pumps, dosing bulk reef supply, sodium bicarbonate, and calcium. And got a Neptune Apex Pro, which I'll admit it's really not being used to its full potential. It's only monitoring pH and electrical usage at the moment. It's pretty cool to have though. And then we go over here. It's starting to get cleaned out. Still got a bunch of little bits and pieces of zoanthids and montipores down there to frag up and glue. Got a whole bunch of zoos on tiles and stuff I've got to deal with. Some Grandis pallies up there that I got to get fragged. I got to do some trimming on the Gorgonians. There's a bunch of zoos on the rocks I got to deal with. That big mama Godzilla bounce right there. That thing's got like 3 babies on it already. If anybody's looking for some Godzilla bounce mushrooms, check out Scott Matson up to Sun and Sand Reef. He has been growing these things like crazy, and they are amazing. The lighting on this tank really doesn't do this one justice. You go down into here, and again, lighting, you can't really appreciate them. Those are 2 of the Nexus bursts. I got 3. One of them is MIA. I think it crawled out of the basket and it's on the rock somewhere. Just a kind of a mishmash of everything in this tank. I moved a bunch of my euphyllias, hammers, and frog spawns onto some tiles the other day. I got all these toadstool frags in the back. Just these big lobes I had to trim off of a giant one. Oh, that light's awful. You guys can barely see that. But those have all got to get cut up into frags and glued down pretty soon. But anyway, I'm really enjoying not having a display tank, as funny as that sounds. So that's my display tank now. No rocks, no fish either at the moment. Literally just coral after coral after coral, and kind of a handful of really old astrea snails. So it's different, but I'm kind of liking it. And I've pretty well nailed down where my dead spot is, so that's what I get to siphon out every so often. So I'm hoping I can keep this system growing coral, and yeah, eventually get another display tank, but it's gonna be a little bit. So anyway, guys, a little sneak peek. Oh, I love that Hawkins Echinata right there. That thing is just amazing. And that green tabling acro, that's another one of my favorites. Miyagi Tort behind it. Garf Bonsai. Oregon tort. Behind the Oregon tort is my home wrecker, which is growing really well. I just cannot get the colors to pop. I've seen some bits of pink start to pop, and then my phosphates kind of climb up, and sure enough, it starts to turn all green again. So maybe in time I'll get things under control. And the same goes for my Walt Disney, which again is, there we go, is growing, just not maintaining its color. And these three things right here are cool. So, oops, one of those, the one in the back left, actually no, the one in the front, the orange one, was sold to me as a Jason Fox Vino Montipora, gorgeous Monty, and then the two in the back were sold to me as UC Disruption Montiporas. Turns out they're identical. Same color polyps, same color flesh, same growth, everything. And I'm not going to complain one bit because they're amazing. This light, or this phone, is not picking up the color very well, but they are the most orange thing in my entire tank. Now, aside from the jawbreaker mushrooms, these are, just about as orange as jawbreakers, but not quite. And this little acro here is cool. This is what was sold to me as a Pikachu. And these little scrids of flush are all Pikachu frags. I'm hoping they grow. They're alive still, so that's a big thing. And these wildly green colored things are Jason Fox Haterade Acropora frags. It's all the encrusted bits that were from the actual mother colony, which right there in the middle of that stag is not really a mother colony, it's a frag, but that's everything that encrusted down onto the base. So it's a pretty cool acro. And this was another one I got from Jason Fox. He didn't name this one, but I'm really liking how this one's growing. It's really cool. And a couple little zoes. That is my precious. So that's a single little shop of horror zoes. And I'm hoping that does really well. So we'll see in time. My little Kung Pao Monty, that's coloring up nice. Got kind of a good little mishmash of corals. I have a ton of red Montiporas and naughty spiral Monties. When those naughty spirals color up, man, they are so pretty. Right now they just kind of look like brown turds though. But, well, the camera makes it look like brown turds. They're kind of a peachy orange. The camera really does not show the color though. But anyway, look at all the frags. Got some star polyps, some Montipora setosa, some rastas, some scrambled eggs, some radioactive dragon eyes. I mean, there's some staghorn acros, some spongotes. I mean, there's so much frags. Frog spawn and hammers and dunkins. Love growing coral. Anyway, guys, this is probably my longest video yet. Still getting used to playing with YouTube. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a great day and happy reefing.